Hello, everyone. Popping in, I'm popping out. Say hello, let me know when you're here. I'm a little bit of a hot mess today because I was not ready to go live. So please forgive me. I'm a little bit of a mess here. So I didn't have supplies unpacked. I'm getting a thumbs up from the Sue Crafter. And so we're here. So let me know. Hi, Donna Reynolds. Long time no craft together. And there's Jennifer. Jennifer, I thought your little post about loud children in church was fantastic. I just saw it before a little while ago. Probably I was scrolling and not getting ready. So that was probably part of my problem. There's Ricardo. He says hi to everybody, and he gave me the thumbs up that everything is good. So it might be like a hot mess. The good news is I'm looking that my press plate is, oh, and there's Laura Stahl. Hey, we already have more people now tonight than we've had recently. So woohoo! Let's see. So I've got to get my I got to get my glimmer and my press plates stay on my table now. And I need to get my Spellbinders die cutting machine so that I have all the things with me. And tonight's topic is, drum roll. If you didn't see it, we are talking about everything I love about press plates, because every time I use them, which is quite often now, I fall in love with them again. And I know this is not the first live that I've done talking about them, but it might be someone's first time finding us here. And so I thought I'd share all the things that I love about press plates, why I love them, and all the different things you can do. Do I have a plan? No. I need to run over here and get my card that I've created for the new Alex Syberia release. And that's what helped me remember how much I love everything. And so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab my glimmer system, my press plate, my better press plate is right here on my desk all the time. And so let me grab everything. Give me just a second. And I have not even unpacked all of my goodies from last weekend. And I have to tell you all about that too. So much going on. Make sure this is plugged in. To make sure I have everything. Say hello. And here's the cord. I'm going to plug it in. It's good that it's plugged over here. Makes it easy. Hold on. Okay. And I apologize. I've been traveling and I barely got this one card made for Alex when I promised. I will make a couple more. I'll get it done. It's just that I was traveling last weekend and the girls and I went to, oh, I know, Donna, 2 months. Is that not crazy? What's everybody else have to say? Just saying hi. We only have 2 months till the Nashville Craft Retreat. Eek! Every time I'm like, I'm ahead of the game. I'm behind. I'm really behind. But there's just so much going on that it's like I can't keep everything straight. So, I'm thinking. Here we go. Got to have all the things. Now, if you do not have, well, before I get sidetracked, let's do this. So let me tell you where I was last weekend. The girls and I went, huge shout out thanks to Kathy Dodd, Stacy Junk, who's on here, and Diana Curtis, better known as Thelma. We all went to NOLA to Spoonful of Memories crop. And it is now my friend Janet. She has a group. Somebody tell me what the group is, and you can even put it here. She holds crops. And if you don't, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. It's hers to tell. but she had a daughter who, at a young age, had to go to St. Jude's and St. Jude Children's Hospital, fantastic hospital, children's hospital. And basically, they saved her life because she had cancer. So now Janet has made it her life's mission. I'm not going to get choked up, to donate every penny that she possibly can to St. Jude. And so she has these amazing crops. There were 200, let me put my face on here. Hold on. Stacy can tell you we had a fantastic time. There were 260 croppers there, I believe. If you have never been to a crop, you have to go because you get to do whatever you want. You just take all your own stuff, and they offered lots of classes. I taught 2 different classes, and we taught a flip book class and a shaker class, sold out. We donated money from every kit sold to St. Jude. And then also I took the My Pretty Things store, and it was so much fun because it was the first time we've taken the store on the road. And it was kind of the boost my store heart needed, and met so many amazing people. I donated 10% of all sales because you know that we believe in paying it forward at the Thompson House. We are very blessed. We've had some rock bottom times ourselves, and we are very blessed. And so we believe in paying it forward. So it was not a condition of me having the store there. I did it all on my own. I told Janet that My Pretty Things will donate 10% of all sales to St. Jude in their honor. And so I'm trying not to fluff my hair as I look at myself, because some people online make sure they tell people they don't like it when people fluff their hair. So it's hard not to look at myself and not fluff my hair. So I'm crossing my arms so that I don't do it and make anybody mad. Which cracks me up, by the way. So we had a fantastic weekend, and I am thrilled to tell you that we made a nice donation to St. Jude, because the people there were fantastic, and we donated from all the kits sold and all of the sales, like I said, 10%, and we had a fantastic time. And I'd love to tell you what I know what the number 1 bestseller is. You know what the number 1 bestseller was for My Pretty Things? Didn't surprise me because I knew it's what it was going to be, is the new washi tape, the wide washi tape with the 1-piece die. Everybody went nuts for it when they saw it demoed, when they used it in the shaker class. Thanks, Donna. When they saw it in person, they went nuts. I'm not kidding. So many people bought the washi tape with the coordinating die. One lady didn't buy the die because she said she likes a fussy cut. I just kind of looked at her. I was like, really? And she said, yes, I loved a fussy cut. So to each their own. And she bought the washi tape. And so you can guarantee we're going to have more washi tape coming, because huge success. It was so fun. And I think everybody using it is like, they realize how easy it is to make a card and all that stuff. So we had a great time. St. Jude, the crop Janet posted today. Stacy, did you post that link? Would you please post that link for everybody, so that if you're ever inclined to go again, we will be going again next year as long as Janet invites me back, and she said she's going to. We will be going again. And it was just so fun. We had so much fun. She raised, are you ready for this? I think it was over $52,000 for St. Jude with the 1 crop. Oh my goodness. And you know how we love a good theme? The theme was Spoonful of Memories from Mary Poppins. And oh my goodness, we had so much fun. Janet knows how to do up a theme, let me tell you. It was so good. Stacy's going to post the link. Go join the group. So if you ever want to go, it's in outside of New Orleans, and we just had a great time. Fantastic time. So saw some old friends, made a lot of new friends. It was what my crafty heart needed. And thank goodness I have my friends there because I could not do it without them. We worked so hard. Especially set up, tear down, driving down. Oh my goodness, y'all. I got so car sick coming home. It was a reminder why I have to drive. It was no one else's fault, but we were in a great big cargo van and I looked at my phone for a while, totally my fault, and I got so sick. So I think I'm just now starting to get it all back together. So let's get started crafting. I just thought I'd tell you and share because you always want to hear the things. Oh, and by the way, I have signed the contract. It's a done deal. The check's in the mail. We had such a good time in NOLA. My Pretty Things is going on the road in October. Just down the road, we're going to Sevierville. We're keeping it in Tennessee. We'll be at the Sevierville rubber stampers and scrapbookers like thing going on October 16th and 17th in Sevierville, Tennessee. And I guess it's a big one. And so I've already signed the contract. Boom, we're going there. My Pretty Things, thank goodness we get to stay in the state. So My Pretty Things is taking it on the road this year and we're having a good time. So think about visiting us in Sevierville. I know there are going to be a lot of other vendors there. So come join us. It'll be a good time. And by then we'll have even more stuff in the store. Okay, let's get going crafting. This might be a disaster. And if it is, I apologize because I'm so not prepared. I barely got out all the things that I needed to create this card for Alex Syberia's latest release. These are press plates with coordinating dies. Fantastic. When you get a press plate and a die, it's just beyond. And so I decided I had to make a rainbow closet of shoes with these pretty shoes. And I think these are called fancy shoes, and we'll look at it. But that is the new Alex Syberia release. The shopping list, the supplies list is down in the details and all the garbly-goo. So you can go look there and find the link to the list. And I have to say, sometimes a release comes along that's so different than anything else you've ever seen. And that's really how I felt about this one. It was just so pretty, so feminine, something to always have something for your girlfriends. You could put any sentiment with this collection. Birthday card, hello card, miss you card, thank you card for a friend. And it would be fantastic. And it's different than anything else on the market. And I love it when something comes along that's just a little bit different than anything else we have. And look, it's got these extra little bows like for this pair of shoes and for this pair of shoes. Aren't they cute? Believe it or not, this is the same ink. I don't know why it came out looking like it's two different colors, but it did. Probably something on my blending brush. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for commenting and joining us tonight. So anyway, I love that, me, I love a little bit of extra because more is more. And so I love the little bows that you can add on. So let's talk about some other ones. We're going to talk about press plates and all the reasons I love press plates. So here's the deal. Alex's release, Alex has definitely been pairing with, let me make sure before I say anything. Yes, with Spellbinders, with the Better Press system for press plates. And, Spellbinders has the Better Press system. I don't know what other systems are out there. This is what I've got. Now, this is the Glimmer Machine. 10 years ago or so, they came out with the Glimmer Machine. It was a way to hot foil, right? It heats up your plates, and we had special plates for that. You don't see my face on here. So we had special plates for that. They were, foiling plates. And pretty much that's all you could do was this. I'm going to be honest. I loved the foiling when I got it right. I got it right maybe 1 out of 4 times. Hi, Kathy Dodd. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kathy. As soon as I laid down in the bed, got out of the moving van, I started feeling better. Didn't feel myself until Monday. And even then, I've had like a recuperation just from being so sick. But oh my gosh, it was bad, people. I have vertigo, although I can control it usually. and I get motion sick. So everything on top of each other. When I'm not driving, I was fine. Woke up fine, started driving, I was fine. As soon as I wasn't driving and I looked at my phone in that van, I got so sick. So anyway, that's what's going on. So we have the glimmer machine, which was just a way to foil. Oh yes, I thought Anna Griffin did too. So she's got a hot is it a hot foil machine or is it a press machine? I think it might be a hot foil machine, Jennifer. I'm not sure. Okay, so then Spellbinders came out with a press plate system, and the press plate system is more like the way back original, like traditional kind of fine stationery. Gives you that impression of a very fine stationery, from back in the day, because it literally squishes the paper, the plate squishes the paper down and gives a very elegant impression, and you can foil. However, this system does not do the foiling. You have to use it in conjunction with the glimmer machine. And I will tell you, my personal opinion is that the press plates do a much better job of foiling than traditional foiling plates. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something that different about them, but I get much better results foiling with press plates than I did with foiling plates. I'm trying to select my words and make sure I say it correctly. I have added a piece of like watercolor paper, and it's very, very well used and pressed, to the back of my plate for my press system. I find I got a better impression when I added one piece of like cheapo, I think this was cheapo watercolor paper. It's probably time for me to add a new one. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, I kept having a problem getting a good impression in certain areas, and I figured out it was where I had tape. I had tried to tape it right in the middle. Don't do that. You might need to put it on the ends. You can see I have a piece here and I have a piece here, and now I haven't had a problem. But when it was in the middle, I could not get it to work right and get a good print. So I moved it, and now I don't have any problems. But it does work better. You see it's right there in the A2 slot, and then here's an A7. Was that a 5x7 card? And there's these are magnetized right here, these little 4 points, and then we've got little metal things here. So you'll see, I'm going to show you, when you put your plate down and you put your paper down, it's magnetic, but obviously it won't stick your paper down unless you use tape. Your plate will stick down. When you add this top plate, see it leaves a little space. So you have to be very careful when you're putting your paper over it. I tend not to tape it or anything. And then I put it through my Spellbinders little Platinum 6, okay? And when it goes, it will push these plates down, and then it smushes your paper down. There is special cotton paper that you can use. I'm imagining it has looser fibers. I don't know. Don't quote me. But it gives a little bit more of a deep impression for that traditional pressing look of stationery. I use my regular hammer mill paper, the really smooth cardstock, and it gives me a great impression. I did buy some of their paper, and be careful because some's gray, some's cream, and some's white. And then they also sell specific inks for the press system. Here's my opinion. I have one, I'll show you, and they sell all different colors. Let me see if I can find it. It is Ranger Archival Better Press ink. Let me find it. I have one. I bought one just to see. Yes, it does a good job. I have other archival ink, I've used all kinds of ink. All of my inks do a very good job. And that's another reason I love the press plate. I'm going to stop yammering and we're going to start working in a minute. I'll probably find my ink pad when we're finished here tonight. I might have it in this drawer. I came across it the other day and I forgot that I even had it. It does a good job, but I think all my inks do a good job. This ink pad was created between Ranger and Spellbinders for the Better Press system. And I think they even have different colors. But we're going to use other things because I can't even find that one. Okay, so here's the deal. So this heats up. I haven't heated it up yet, but we will so that we can foil. You turn it on and you see the red power light if you've never used a glimmer system before. And when it's ready, when it's all heated up, this will turn green, okay? You have to make sure, and I have lots of videos using this. And by the way, I'm not a pro at this. My friend Melanie, she has a group, Better Press Babes. If you're into all this and you really want to learn it from top to bottom, I am sure that Melanie is a professional and knows things that I don't know. All I know is from me working with it when I've worked with it. So I can give you some of the basics and what I like and what works for me. I hold the bottom with my fingers under here. I pull this out. There's a little thing here and that's what heats it up. So you see, you have to push it in and lock it so that this heats and it gets hot pretty quickly. It comes with, if you've never used it, like a silicone mat to put your hot plates and things like that. It has a magnetic tweezers thingies. This is a magnet, so you can just pick them up and put them over here. And then you have the glimmer plate and then the little shim plate, okay? I use both and I put over top of it and then I run everything through the Platinum 6. These are all Spellbinders machines, so of course they're made to coordinate with the Spellbinders die system. Make sense? Trying to make sure I pick my words. This is the Better Press. Don't ask me if it works with other die machines because I have not tried it. Just because I do not want to, I have the Anna Griffin Empress and I don't want to ruin it. If someone else uses theirs with that, I know these are designed to go with the Spellbinders Platinum 6. So that's what I pull out and use with it. Okay, I'm going to take a drink of tea. And yes, I promise we're going to get to it. So let's talk about the new Alex Syberia. It was a perfect time to remind myself why I love the press plate system and why I believe it does a better job foiling than the original glimmer plates, okay, the foiling plates. And I have used them both, pretty extensively. So these are the new plates from Alex Syberia in coordination with Spellbinders. And I love that she has the press plates, foiling, these are press plates. You can foil with them and coordinating dies. So cute. And that's how I made my card. So these are called, and remember, all the links are there. And don't forget, anytime you click one of my links and I get an affiliate sale, all proceeds go to charity. You know, that's a big deal for me. Very important for me to do that. So I used for my card, these are the Fancy Shoes foil plates, press plates. And then we have the Chic Shoes die set. Okay. So this is just a die. It is not foiling. It's not a press plate. It's just a die set. So I can run it through my regular machine. These are so pretty. Look. They have a bigger, but they're a little bit bigger. They have a bow. They have another bow. And then they have flowers that you can even put on your shoes. And how pretty would these be to use like a metallic or a glitter? So it looks like you have pretty jewels on your shoes. And those go, like when you put it all together, you can put those on your shoe like that. How cute is that? And look, can you see the leopard print that you could do? I'm assuming, so this goes on the top This goes on the top, and you could put that inside to give it a little pattern. Look, like that. See that? Brenda Nolke did a really cute card with these. So go look on the internet, look up Brenda. She is My Paper Cut Creations. Really cute cards. So you can do that with those. Those are just dies. If you don't have one of these systems, you can just use, you can just get the dies. So those and these, and then look at these. These are big ones, just the front of the shoes. I love this. And you can do these all at one time. And these are press plates. We're going to foil and we'll press them so you can see what they look like. Okay. So let me get this opened, and you can tell I haven't even used it yet. And we will actually start crafting something. Okay. So this is a one-piece die, and it's called Bow Shoes. And this is a press plate. Okay. And this is a big plate. You can see it's not a little one. So it'll take up your whole card. Boom, all at once. Okay. We're still waiting for, see, initially it takes your platform just a little while to really heat up. And I tend to not put my plates on. It's kind of like heating up your oven. I don't put the cookie sheet in normally until it's all preheated, because then it just takes it that much longer to heat up. So these are ready to go. And look what else we have. I love these. I'm all about the flowers. We have new flowers. These are Hugs in Bloom, and they look kind of like the garden rose or peonies. So, and there are layered stencils to go with these to color them. I'm all about that, with the coordinating dies. And it says hugs. And it's funny because Alex and I always say big hugs, big squeezy hugs, back to each other when we're emailing. And so I love that she's used that a couple times lately, and I love it. So, and then she's got these shoes sentiments. May gorgeous shoes take you to beautiful places. And then she's got all these individual ones. Great shoes, lovely, have fun, fab friends, good times, are always in style. So you can create whatever sentiment you want and on your birthday. So I know, aren't they pretty, Laura? And then I just grabbed some of my other favorite things in case we want, there's something. I saw someone on the design team use this beautiful die that creates a frame with some of the shoes. It was so pretty. So, but, oh, look, our platform is ready. Can you see the green light? You might not be able to see it. So now I'm going to get my shoes on here. Okay. So now it's going to need to heat up, and we're going to have to wait. Even though it says it's ready, now we need this plate to heat up. Now, here's the other thing. If you have never foiled with a glimmer system, you have to use the special foils. There's two different kinds. There's the kind that you use with a foiling, like a toner foil, like with the Gina K foiling sheets, or I think Pink and Main have some. Picket Fence Studios used to have some. They have toner on them, and what happens is the toner melts, and then you put your you put it in a sleeve with some foil, and you send like thermoweb foil through like a laminator, like the Fuse machine from Gina K. Love it. I own that too. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it. But that's a different type of foiling sheet. So you need the ones like from Spellbinders that are for a hot foiling system. Different than the hot foiling system like a laminator machine, like the Meek, the Fuse, things like that. So that foil that you can see up there is actually for laminators and things, because it's so pretty. I don't want to put my rainbow away. All of my foil, like from Spellbinders, is down here in a drawer right next to me. So I keep them separated. And I love this one. I forget what this one's called, but it's got these sparkliness in it. So I always, and my Fisker's Rototrim thing broke, so I need to just cut it. I love my Rototrim. When they go on sale, get one. So we're just going to cut it. And when you are foiling your, I'm seeing how hot that is. It gets hot. Be careful. Don't touch it. Do as I say, not as I do. I put my foil, you put your foil pretty side down. Okay. And then I'm going to get a piece of cardstock. I don't even have it cut. Let me cut it. Second. Just going to cut it in half so that I know we'll get, and this is that really smooth white cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and set it on here, and I know some people are going to have a fit because I'm wasting cardstock, but this way I know I'm going to get a good impression, or I'm going to get the whole thing. I'm not going to cut anything off. And when you're foiling, you need your system, and then you need your Platinum 6. Okay, let me get everything out of the way. I already apologize, but I'll do it again. Sorry for being kind of disorganized and not prepared tonight. Like I said, we were traveling and I got sick and I've been so busy. Oh, remind me to tell you. Oh my goodness, I talked to Diana Garrison today, who is coming to the Nashville Craft Retreat to teach the gel plate class. And oh my goodness, I am so very excited. So we were talking about things. She has been a huge help. Both plates are going on. This one, and then this one. Okay. And it says it's ready. And I know I put my plate on. I think it's ready. So I'm going to very gently, I hold it with this hand underneath, see it? And then I very gently pull. I don't want my plates to move too much. I move as gently as possible. This out of the way. Put this on my Platinum machine. Trying not to move it too much. Oh, darn, I put my handle on the wrong side. We're going to go with this. Hold on. Normally, I put my handle on the other side. This one might be messy because I didn't do it right. I go very slowly. I want it to get a good impression. I want the foil to adhere. I think I'm going to label my glimmer pretty side down and my mate pretty side up so I don't have to always look at it. Good idea, Jennifer. If you sometimes forget, make sure you label your machines. That's a good idea. Okay, so run it through. I will tell you, I don't run mine through twice. I find and I know other people do, big people who, a lot of people follow, that works for them. I found it doesn't work for me. I don't know. They have a magic touch that I don't have or something, because I found I would get a double impression or things like that. If I run it through one time slowly, that's what works for me. You figure out what works for you. Are we ready? Look how pretty. This is a perfect every single time. Now I had a little skip right there. That's okay, because they're so big, they're going on my carton. They're probably going to be cut off anyway, but it's a very detailed. Look how pretty that is. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. Pretty much a perfect foil every time. These are very dainty, very, very fine line. So that is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And we might have layered stencils for it too. I know, Kathy, and what you can't even see, look how pretty it is. It's got flowers. Isn't it so pretty from Spellbinders? I got it a few years ago just for the glimmer machine. And so it's the 6-inch so that I can put it up on my desk and, demo things like this. So this is this one. Let's use our little magnetic thing and we'll do the flowers next. So we've got them both done at the same time. I'm using the little magnet down. Look how easy that is. And then you just sit it there. I'm pushing it back in. Ooh, did you see? I don't know if you saw the blip, because it's so hot. It kind of blipped on the electric. Okay. So now I'm going to cut open the flowers and we'll do these now. Okay. And the flowers definitely have the layered stencils. Oh, those are the stencils. See where? There they are. These are the layered stencils. These are the flowers. I'm wondering, do I have coloring stencils for the flowers? Maybe. You know, how pretty would it be to use just colored cardstock and then use the foiling and put a pretty foil on those shoes that we used? So that'd be la la la, so pretty. Okay. You know I'm all about the flowers, so let's go. I love that they come on these little plastic sheets. I'm thinking about trying to get my dies put on those instead of just the cardboard backers. So we're going to put that there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put my sentiment on there. We're going to do those at the same time. We might want to do them in different colors. I don't know. Let me see about a different color. So now we're waiting. Oh, it says it's ready, but we need those plates to heat up really well. Anybody have a choice on foil colors? What would you like? Dramatic if you foil the shoes on black cardstock. Yes, that's what I was thinking, Jennifer. I'm all about the black. Anybody have a choice on shoe color? Or I'm sorry, flowers. Gold's always good. Oh, yes, Kathy needs someone to help her move for sure. Look at this pretty gold. It's like an opalescent. On camera, you're seeing all these other colors, but in person, see how pretty that is? I always like that one. So let's use this one because that's what we have out, and that makes it easy. Okay. So remember, pretty side down. Okay. I'm going to let that sit for a second. And the other thing is, you know, you don't want it to sit and get too hot either. Did Donna not know you were moving? Kathy? Okay. Isn't that pretty, Laura? I know. I love it too. I had half a sheet. Let's get it. Okay. Let's get the card stuck on here. Don't be stingy with your cardstock, right? Put your 2 plates. Let's let it sit for a minute since I rushed it. And now I have the handle towards me, so it's going to be easier for me to twist it right here, okay? And you know I love the flowers, so we're going to do that. But before we move on to actually showing you just a little bit of the ink blending, because we've done that 10 million times, I want to show you why what it looks like to use the press plates to ink also, because press plates take ink beautifully, like beautifully. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, you know what I didn't use the first time? The timer. So let's use the timer. It blinks. See, it's been a while. So this is your timer. Put your plate on and then, sorry, see, amateur hour. Put your plates on and then you push the timer button and it's going to blink until it's solid. Then it means your press plate's ready to go. Okay, so I should have been doing that. Sorry, forgot that one. Like I said, we don't use it all the time. And look, we still got a beautiful, beautiful foil on these shoes. Seriously, so pretty. And we have had coordinating dies with it, didn't it? And then you could color or ink blend. You know, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with these, but I will definitely be using them. Still loading, still heating up, trying to see. Maybe these didn't have, you know what? This is probably just supposed to be our card front and we color that with like Copics or something like that. So I have to see what else I've got to do that. I think it's just supposed to be a whole card front. I was thinking of these that have the dice and then the other ones have the dice. Now it's solid green and we're ready to go. Okay. Very gently pull it out. Move it out of the way. And we're going to put this through the machine. And remember, I go very slowly. Okay. Sometimes you might need a shim. If you aren't getting, because this feels really easy to run through. And sometimes it's a little bit harder. So if you feel like you need a shim with it, add one piece of cardstock, because that went through very easily. Normally it doesn't feel like it goes that easily. Okay. Put it back on your platform, and then as soon as you're ready, you'll want to plug it back in to make sure it stays heated. Let's pull it both so we can do the dramatic reveal. Look, ready? Look how pretty. You can see that we got a really good, even though it didn't feel very hard to pass through. Let's see. Look, this is why I love press plates. They foil perfectly. Look, every single time. The original plates, I really had to work with it, and I'd get about 1 out of 4 that I was happy with. Look at this. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yay! Oh my gosh. I get excited myself when I see them. Wasn't that so pretty? Look at that, Hugs. I mean, I seriously was looking for a flaw. And I don't see any. I do hear that a big secret to it is to use really smooth cardstock. Okay, but look how pretty. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Love it. So that's one of the reasons that I love press plates. I love them more than the original foiling plates. Pretty much every single time you get a beautiful foiling. And remember to keep this. Look, I'm gonna show you. Might as well while we're here. More is more. Check this out. You ready? I'm going to push this back in. I already had left it. I did exactly what I said not to. If you have a solid plate, Spellbinders has them, and this one is from Pink Fresh Studio. These are solid foiling plates, and I'm going to take it right up to the edge so that I know it's there. You can. It's the gift that keeps on giving. If you've never done this, you can put your foil back on here. We'll see how this goes. I haven't done it in a while. Take your foil. I'm going to make sure I get all of that sentiment on there. Okay. Put it on there. We need another piece of paper. Hold on. Let me cut it. Foiling. Don't throw anything away. Okay. So it's on there. And it was seen now it's not green anymore. So we're going to wait. And I don't know about this, but I tend to wait to put my paper on, and sometimes even my foil, until it says it's ready and we're going to push the timer. Oh, and Jennifer foiled on fabric. That would be interesting. I've never done that or even thought of it. So, but that's a great idea. Okay, so we're waiting. And we'll just take a moment and look at this again. And then I'm going to show you how they ink. The thing is, we'll use the small shoes because those will take ink. You need more of a solid area, of course. But this will tell you why I love them for so many reasons. First, we're going to foil one, and then we're going to ink one. And you will see both things. Ooh la la. Okay, it works fantastic for taking ink as well. And all kinds of inks. I have used VersaFine Claire. I've used the Archival. I've used my Catherine Pooler water-based dye inks. I've used the Lisa Horton. What are they? The like metallic inks. Look, because now I have all my inks back here. I could just grab it. I think they're over there. It takes them all. It takes them all, and it looks beautiful. Okay, now we're ready. Push the timer. Let's go. Put the paper on. Put our plates on. Got our timer on. I'm going to go ahead and take these lovely shoes. These are the fancy shoes. And I'm going to take the more solid ones, and I'll show you what I mean by that. These that we can add some ink to. That's what I'm talking about. They can foil, you know, it'll be the positive, I'm assuming is what you would call that. That will foil, and then we can ink them, and you'll see why I love press plates for inking and foiling. I'm going to look for the real paper. Here we go. It's cotton paper, which, you know, a lot, not sure if all paper is, between wood pulp and cotton. But it says it's a cotton card panels, and this is the porcelain color. It has just a hint of color on it, like, you know, just a hint of ivory. It probably looks white on the screen to you. Okay, our timer's ready. I also try not to leave it on too long. With the glimmer machine, when I was foiling, if you leave it on too long, it's another problem. Just like your fuse machine and your laminators, if they get too hot, which lots of times people think maybe it's not hot enough. This one is, I can feel the pressure more. People tend to think, oh, I'll make it hotter and that'll work better. Not with a laminator. I find, and a lot of people will tell you this, if it gets too hot, it will not work well. Okay, so there we go. We got that one. And I'm going to plug it in again. Look at that. We're going to use the negative. Let me show you. Take that plate off, plug it back in so we can do our shoes. Okay, let's do the reveal. I'm holding the plate so it's not, or the plates for the machine so it's not too hot. Ready? Look at this reveal. Look. Woo, so pretty. Have just a couple of little mess ups right there and over here. But look, isn't that, this is basically the negative of the foil. You could die cut this out and use those on a card. You don't need to do anything else, right? How beautiful is that? Okay, so we've got it heating up again. We're waiting for it to say it's ready. Isn't that pretty? And now we are going to foil these pretty shoes. Now, I don't know if I'm right, but I thought this looked like the little arch. So that's kind of how I put them together that way. And this one is the same way. So first we'll foil. And we could even do two different colors if you wanted. I have this really pretty kind of bluish turquoise. Isn't that pretty? We'll use two different colors in shoes that I would love to own, right? And I'm not using the Better Press paper yet because we're just foiling right now. I could, I guess, because that is what it's made for. So, platform's ready. I'm going to hold on just a second while I get another piece of foil. Let's see, if we did turquoise, we do the light ones. Let's do, how about this pretty fuchsia color? Do this for the other ones, okay? Pretty color down. And here we go. You see how it's addicting? You can just keep going and going and going. Now, set your timer. And look, that was the negative from the other one. Isn't that crazy? So get rid of that. And let's open these. All of my, I should add this to the supplies list. All of the foils that you see me using are all from Spellbinders. I have never ventured out, partly because it can be so confusing on Hold on. Now I'm just doing the top. Do both here. There I am. It can be so confusing on the foils that I tend to stick with what I know. So someone else might know other companies. Okay, so we've got this paper ready to go. And are we ready yet? Nope, not yet. We've gotten a lot done tonight. I told people I met this weekend, I said, I almost never finish a card in my tutorial, but I'll give you a lot of information on techniques. And then lots of times I'll finish the card later and probably post it. And I definitely will for this. Okay, here we go. Right now, by the way, Alex Syberia has a blog hop and an Instagram hop going on. So make sure, I hope I didn't move my things because I moved my plates. I got a little excited. Make sure you hop along and leave comments on both the blogs and Instagram for your chance to win an Alex Syberia gift card. Okay. So don't forget to do that. I should add that link in the Garbly-Goo also. Okay, we ready? Let's see if we can. I love the dramatic reveals. So let's get those. Look how pretty. Ready? Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Now we've got pink shoes. Oh, look. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of skip space right here. Oh no, it's supposed to be there. It's just a tiny little bit that you probably can't even see, and I shouldn't even point it out, but I'm honest. A little bit of, like, didn't catch the foil there, but look, I doubt anybody that you give this card to is ever going to notice that. It's just that I'm picky and I notice it. Look. How pretty is that? You could even ink over it if you wanted black shoes with this pretty turquoisey color. Stop it. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Now, I'm done with this. So I'm going to turn this off and we're going to set it aside. And next we're going to use these plates, but I want them to cool. So we will die cut and kind of mess around while we're waiting for these to cool, because I want you to see how it looks when we ink them up, because you get just as gorgeous of a result when you ink with the press system, with the and using them as press plates. Okay, so let's get our dies and cut these out. I'm going to show you what it looks like to ink over, just because I want you to see all your options, right? Might not be for you because that's pretty as it is, right? That's so pretty. I almost hate to ink it. Maybe I won't. But you can ink over this and then just take a lint-free towel or a paper towel and wipe the ink off of the foil, and you're good to go, right? So I didn't get my plates for this, but we're going to use it in a second. But for right now, I will show you. I'll die cut these right here. Okay, so you can see the little bit, you know, which side is a little bit smaller. And I can only do one because I put them so close to each other. I'll do one at a time. While we wait for those, I love that Alex gives you the dies with these. So many options. I'm all about the options. By the way, I have 3 to 5. I could squeeze 5 people in. If you have not registered for the Nashville Craft Retreat, if you don't know what that is, go to the public Facebook group, The Nashville Craft Retreat, or www.nashvillecraftretreat.com. Find all the details. or you can go to the my-pretty-things.com website, and you can find it there. And I still have just a few seats left, and I've been kind of holding out posting t-shirts for the group to purchase, because I didn't want to leave anybody out. If we have some, I've had two last minute people register just this last week. So there's always, we'll fill these last seats, no problem there. But I do have just a couple left. So if you've been on the fence, or you know someone who wants to come, or you're watching, come on. It is the epic retreat. Like, we're going to ruin all other retreats for you, because we spoil you. You learn a lot. Like I said, I was just on the phone finalizing plans with Diana Garrison, my gel plate artist that's coming, and she has so much planned. She used to be an art teacher, so she knows it all. She knows what you need. She knows how to teach it. She knows the pacing. She anticipates where you're going to have some problems and where you're going to need some help. And we are packing in. It would be worth it just to come for this one class. The gel plates are already here. Everybody gets a 5x7 gel plate, the real thing. And there's just so many good things that we're doing. And that class alone would be a reason to come to the retreat, because it's worth it just for that class. Look how cute. How cute with the dies are these shoes. Once in a while, a release comes along that is so different than anything else, but so perfect in every way. Love it. Sometimes I have to say, do any of you do this? When I'm cleaning out my craft room, this is my new motto. When I'm cleaning things out, and of course I get a lot of things from design teams. When I'm cleaning out to give away or to add to our silent auction that we do at the retreat, my thinking is always, will I use this again? If I never had another penny to spend on craft supplies, would I want this in my stash? And I have to tell you, I don't know if you follow me, but I don't say this if I don't say anything that I don't mean. These are sets that I would keep forever, because they're so different than anything else. And especially for girlfriends, there's so many ways to use these. And I love all about the ways to use things. So I have to say, yes, that is something I would keep in my stash. Okay, now let's talk about, before we go, because we're almost at an hour, and I gotta go we are at an hour. I have to go have some dinner. My husband's starving. We need the press system. Here we go. So this is what you need. And you put your plates on here. And I said we were going to use these again. Let's do one at a time. So we do pretty colors. So there's the inside like arch that I think of. Okay. Right there. And this one. Okay. And I'm going to show you. And I haven't done this, so this is not tested, but it's just from other times. I have done it, because I made my card this way. First time through. This is with Catherine Pooler inks. Look at how perfect that ink did on running those press plates. That is all Catherine Pooler water-based ink. And if you know anything about water-based inks, lots of times they'll bead up even on a stamper or whatever. Not on press plates. So you can use VersaFine Claire, VersaFine. I told you I've used Lisa Horton. Maybe that's what we'll get, because they're metallic. And water-based dye inks, Catherine Pooler. They all look fabulous on a press plate. Press plates. Fantastic. I'm getting my Lisa Horton. There's also really pretty colors in VersaFine Claire that I have now. I love this. I love purple, and let's see. There's copper. I'm trying to figure out what color I want. Cool. This metallic platinum I like also. So we're going to do Lisa Horton. I love these metallic inks. I love them. You've seen me use them quite a bit. I'm going to use purple. And I'm going to use 2 cards. Okay. So all you do is you take your ink pad, and this is a foam ink pad, just so you know, these metallic Lisa Hortons. I very gently kiss it. Okay. Can you see it? I might zoom in just a little bit. Okay. I try not to push down. I'm kissing, 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 and going over it and over it and over it. Be patient. Actually, I'm going to move them further apart because I forgot I have dies for these. So move them apart. And it's magnetic, so it's going to really grip them. I don't care if I get some ink on my platform right now because I'm going to die cut them out anyway. Look how beautiful that is. It took that ink beautifully. Now I'm going to spread these out, and I'm going to use this platinum on these, okay? Take your time, be gentle, kiss the ink pad to the plate, and it's better to take your time and go over it and over it than to smush it, okay? I love these Lisa Horton inks so much. I think I need to contact her to see if she'd like to sponsor the Nashville Craft Week. Now, this is a thick piece of paper. This is the cotton press paper from Spellbinders, okay? So we're going to look at the impression we get. The whole point is, remember, it's like traditional printing where it's going to make that impression. And I'm not going to move it. It's overlapping just a little bit the other piece of cardstock because I don't want it to smear that ink, because I very gently set it down and then I don't touch it because I don't want it to smear. Some people will do like a hinge method, and you know me, I'm kind of lazy about crafting, and so I don't do that. Very slowly, I'm running it through. 1 shoe down. 2 shoes down. You can hear it click when they each go through. And you see I'm slowing down when I feel it. Because remember, now these are pigment inks, so they're not quite like a water-based ink, but a water-based ink transfers by soaking into paper. So you have to give that ink time to spread through the fibers, okay? And even if it looks a little splotchy at first, it's moving and soaking into the fibers. Don't panic, okay? I'm going to very gently try to pick this up. Oh my word, what did I tell you? A perfect, I'm sorry my lights are not great tonight because I haven't unpacked my other lights. Look, a perfect, and I don't know if you can see the impression. It's so pretty. Look how great that is. I mean, come on. Come on. It's perfect. Now this one moved just a little bit. You can tell I moved it. But when we die cut it, and that's not the fault of the plates. That's because I moved my paper because I don't tape it down. Okay? Look how pretty that is. Seriously, look how well, I don't know if you can see the impression. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I can feel it. Okay? Look how pretty that is. Seriously. That's gorgeous. Like, seriously gorgeous. So there you go. I'm not going to put these together right now. Look at all the things we did in 1 hour. So let's recap. We inked up our press plates and we sent them through the machine. Okay. So we did that kind of embossing look, you know, the traditional printing on fine paper. We did that, and these were with metallic ink. So we used a pigment ink and we inked up our plates, and then we did a whole bunch of foiling with plates. These are press plates, not foiling plates. But we did, look at that. look at all of the foiling that we did. We used the negative, and then we had the positives, right? And those came out perfectly. Is that not pretty? And then we also had these shoes, and they came out perfectly. Look at all that we did. I mean, all the things you can do with the press plates. I love it. What do you think? Did you learn something? Oh, and these flowers that we did here have the layered stencils. So you know I'm going to be coloring those up, and they are going to be a card. All of these will be cards. So what do you think? Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope I've shared all my reasons why I love the press plates. Press plates. Whether you foil them, whether you ink them and run them through, yes, they are systems. So if you don't have it, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you why I love them. But yes, they are all different systems. And I have never tried to run mine through a system that is not supposed to work with them. I'm just telling you. Yay. I'm glad, Michelle. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Laura and Jennifer and Stacy and Kathy and Donna. I hope I got everybody in there. Let me know if you have any questions. And we have just 2 months, as Donna said, till the Nashville Craft Retreat, and it is going to be epic. So, thanks so much, everybody. I will see you. I think I'm going to go live again in a couple days. I've got so many things to share. I need to. So thank you. And, I hope you learned some things. I will see you. I'll let you know. I'll probably be live in a couple of days. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening.